into it with Anders and Moses.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I do like the sort of the free-form desk segments that we've got going on.
There's still a couple segments left. They can go deeper into the wormhole, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like every minute you leave them on sort of freestyling, the more danger it has to their careers and the tournament.
It brings into question, do you really want Chad and Yanko, who just had a choking demonstration, to be the ones debating morality of hunting versus raising?
That's risky. That's a scary territory right there.
I like it, though. We can go into it at some point.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, there's a lot covered there. People with kids as well.
How did you feel about that? That was a little bit of felt like a little subtle jab at you.
Yeah,
maybe not even that subtle, actually.
I mean, they obviously revealed that they think time is a linear construct, and that's obviously not true. So their understanding of quantum mechanics is absolutely zero. So
you got them with that comeback.
Yeah, I don't feel threatened in the least, Moses. That's how I judge people now.
Anders, you're an idiot. Yeah, well, you don't know what quantum mechanics is. Idiots.
I'm just saying that they've got to up their game a little bit.
All right, well, speaking of upping the game, both of these teams have to do their best. Obviously, NiP, as the desk mentioned, need to up their game from their performance in Dallas. And HellRaisers, despite a second place finish in Tours, would obviously love to up that game. This HellRaisers team, I feel like I don't get to see them too often, so I always kind of underestimate them, which I feel is a danger because I did take NiP to win. But the good news, Anders, is we have Issa playing this game, and from last Starladder, we monitored him to be the best high-fiving player in the scene.
Oh, by miles and miles. Yeah. No one can even be close. It's absolutely wonderful to watch it. I've got NiP as well, but I agree. I always underestimate this team as well. I don't know why. They're really good at the game, and great trade early on here. Going to be Woxic going down, but they get Rez and Forest both. And anytime you can take Forest out of a pistol round, that's good news. Yeah,
but Daddy Dennis is still here. Nice kill from Draken. Angel goes down, and now Dennis wants to get into the action. That P250. The Hunter, he's moving up the stairs, and he's going to gain some ground towards Bathrooms. Actually, he's trying to cut off Bondik. Here's the battle he wants. He's got the angle. He's got it, and he can't land the shot just yet, but there it is. Bondik comes back for more. Dennis has a kill, and he's opened things up, and now long range, the P250 is supreme at this range, but nothing coming out. Issa tried to get into cover and just barely wins it. Huge shot for him to hit.
It seemed like he got the reload in just 2 milliseconds early. He's looking for more, but he can't really get it. Draken will take him down, and now it's Dead Fox. 1 versus 2. He's making the rotation under, and they will be able to hear that eventually. So a little bit of a game already given away here. I'm not sure how he can break this open. He would need to just get some very quick fights. And now that he's already been discovered, I mean, they can play this game of hide and seek forever with him. If he had anything that could force them into it, maybe it would be something. He could try and maybe put a smoke on and try and see if he could force them in. But otherwise, they're just going to peek him. You could tell already, and Draken will take him down for the triple. So for all that talk for the so-called analyst, you can't see the air quotes that I'm doing, but I am. They said Draken would be, off to a bad start, couldn't handle the tech issues early on, so
mentally taken out of the game.
Yeah, it's not at all, not even happening.
Yeah, look good on pistol, and obviously it helps so much when you have. I mean, even Dennis was just with the 1 kill, but the pressure he applies to that bomb site it just helps so much to him on a pistol. And Draken with the equalizer that he was able to find. That was the interesting thing. I think it was HellRaisers had like a 4-on-3. They could have kind of fallen back and just played the advantage, and still challenging, losing a few more players. 3 CZs, 1 Deagle, and a Scout on Woxic. We'll see what they can bring to the table. That Scout out towards long, helping to protect Bondik and Angel, who are aggressive again. Similar setup to the pistol round. Not pushing all the way to get the angle on that corner, though.
Can I just point out as well, they brought up hunting in the context of Dennis being good with pistols, and I'm pretty sure people don't hunt with handguns. Like, that doesn't even make any sense, does it?
No, but I like that you're focused on the important things.
Listen, if he's in Sweden, if you try and shoot a moose with a handgun, you are going to die. They're so huge. I'm just saying that we've got to keep an eye on these things.
That Sweden has a moose problem, apparently.
They do. They're terrifying. People die they drive into them and die.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, moose are dangerous creatures. You ever seen them swim? Fast swimmers.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, well, here comes Angel. And Dennis around the corner. Shadow gives away the game. Dennis is going to be brought down towards 5, and he's going to be forced back. And I think he just naded himself, or Molotov'd himself, or something embarrassing happened, which is kind of cool.
Why did he do that? Just not even necessary.
I think it hit a weird angle.
Angel now, a bit uncomfortable. Would love to take somebody with him. He gets the reload in, and this is going to be his last chance. Get Right showing up to help out. They have taken a fair bit of damage, and that's going to help out Woxic, taking the kill right away on Forest. if you could find Get Right too, that might just suddenly swing it in their favor. Rez is ready though, and the Galil is going to ring true this time, so Easer and Dead Fox. The bomb will be going down, so another unlikely position for them to bring it back and win it.
Yeah, Draken's going to have a good angle, but it's Rez again with the follow-up kill to really solidify this round and the bomb site in their favor. We always, I mean, this team, deservedly so, Get Right and Forrest, you know, being the legendary players, not only in 1.6, the start of CSGO, are rightfully going to get a lot of the attention when you just go through the roster of this, and the flashy play of Draken with the AWP, and obviously Dennis is a big-time player as well. Rez goes under the radar, but he has been phenomenal for this team. He's quietly becoming such a very solid player. We've seen him bail out of NiP out of a lot of different situations with some of his rifle play. He's going to be a big piece of the puzzle for this team if they're going to make a late run in this tournament the way Chad believes they will.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we've had quite a few pros come out now. I mean, first in the Swedish team, I think others have said it too, that Rez has just got like a really, really good, solid aim.
I mean, just the conversation when that roster change occurred, and that was quite a while ago, but, you know, behind the scenes, I'm not sure if it was ever made public, a lot of the teams were just like, yeah, Draken has a pretty nice shot, and he's pretty flashy, he can be impactful, but the real one that you got to worry about is Rez. Like, there was a lot of respect sent the way of Rez, and the kind of game that he brings to the table.
We'll see if it's going to be true for this game. Obviously now should be an easy enough time for NiP to pick up a third round. Hopefully not lose too many rifles, but regardless, they are off to a fairly good start here on overpass. And it's encouraging. Forrest with a good little spray down. Quad kill, in fact, as they all line up for it. I like the attempt from HellRaisers. I don't mind that. You know, gotta try and stack up and see if you can maybe get a rush on somebody.
Now, obviously, you're probably thinking you're going to trade some players off, but even if you just get the 2 kills there, I mean, and maybe you're able to save, or 3 kills, you know, potentially if you catch NiP in a weird setup, you can have a gun save to the next round, cause a little bit of damage, and maybe just be overall dangerous in that round. Either way, first gun round coming out, 3-0 for NiP, but we're going to have that AWP out on Woxic. He's got no armor. He's taking it towards long as we see Forrest with those 4 kills. There's still 2 MAC-10s on the board for NiP, and while it's not going to be a fast strategy, you expect that with those, it's going to be some kind of an execute. And you send the MAC-10s like through the smokes or out with the flashbangs to try and pick some players off or try and get some entries for you. They're going to attempt it long, and there's a big stack here. Angel and Bondic halfway aggressive, and Woxic looking into the wall with the AWP turned for the flashbang. Over at B bomb site, because of this emphasis towards long A, have to play retake.
Yeah, this is a really big risk, no doubt, for HellRaisers. If it works out, then, you know, if there was a double or a triple peak from NiP over at long, then they probably win the right then and there for HellRaisers. But now it's looking tricky.
The nice thing with this setup over at the B bomb site is because they're so far back, the MAC-10s can't be as impactful. You're not going to win too many duels. I think Dead Fox is the only one who's really in danger. He's in water if they eventually take that over, but NiP just slowly getting map control. Just a minute passed, and they looked a couple times like they were going to commit towards long, commit towards the B bomb site, and instead they're just making sure everything's pushed back. They're kind of just checking all the marks here before they decide where to go, and they don't really have a whole lot of information because they haven't been highly aggressive.
Now they're 3 on B and instead 2 on A, and the 2 people on A aren't even really working together. So now NiP, they've checked part of the map, and they're going to commit to this B bomb site. That might be a big mistake. Flashbang coming in. Easer can't see anything. Dead Fox almost getting overrun, but they're still going to pick up the kills. Dead Fox with a big double kill before he finally goes down, and this is enough right now for the HellRaisers side. Dennis doing his best to get it back, but he needed that 3rd kill for Forrest to even have a chance. Now, 14 seconds, and Forrest, he can't even really find the bomb and put it down in time. I mean, as soon as he does, they're going to be right on top of him. 6 seconds here, and he knows it as well by now. Looking for the shot, and he's going to finish off Woxic, so that's something. Picks up the AWP, and I think maybe, yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to save it. That was very close. So, an expensive round for HellRaisers. I don't think they're going to be too happy about losing all those players, but they won the round.
I think we have to remember as well is NiP had 2 MAC-10s coming into that round. So yeah, HellRaisers does win it, but it's fine the way it ended with Forrest surviving. He's not getting bonus money. He got an AWP he can pass over. That's a great economic round for NiP. Look at what this forces HellRaisers into. Dire situation. SMG, 2 FAMAS, a scout. That is a brutal buy after a victory, and HellRaisers on the verge of getting a very harsh reset. Oh, and going for the uppercut as well. NiP, they just want to end this here. Smoke goes down. Pop Flash is going to come through as well. It's look at what he has to defend with. It's an SMG, and they've wrapped all the way around him. Issa can't get involved either. He's locked out. This is the B bomb site taken, and HellRaisers, who knows what decision they can make from here, but certainly no real advantages to make this retake happen.
That's absolutely awful. The MP9 does nothing against armor at that range. Need it to be a little bit different. Now the bomb is down, and NiP making great use of all the damage they did in the previous round. This is, yeah, what you said, an uppercut. Just no chance at all.
And it was, again, that setup towards long. 3 players there. HellRaisers putting a lot of emphasis on that early on, and they get punished this round. I mean, you have an SMG in that bomb site, and he's the only one close enough to really do anything. Issa put out of the fight. He wasn't at an angle he could even support Dead Fox. So really tough for HellRaisers. They're going to save these weapons in the next round, so it will be the reset, but they'll at least have some tools to play with in round 6. Question is, what can the 2 players, what can Issa and Dead Fox manage behind this?
A little bit of damage, a little bit of a tickle onto Rez, but he's going to live through the round. 4-1 in favor of NiP. So not the ideal start really for HellRaisers, but a little bit of a frustrating situation probably. You sort of have to juggle the weapons around. You've got to try and save. Got to come up with a lot of plan Bs here to try and get back on track, which you want to do early on CT side overpass. Want to have a
pretty
good
much every
beginning.
map, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if these weapons can do anything for him this time. There's the scout. Needs a little bit of nade damage. Goes back for more. He's got some players in the staircase to defend against anyone rapping upon him. But there's this timing now that they've hit where they just need to fall back. And they do just that. They get away safely.
Dan is just very passive in the connector. I really feel like NiP, they aren't getting a lot of information about what's happening in the restroom side, but they're just pushing them back so that they can sort of take a bit of space down towards B. Like, they don't... It looks like NiP don't really need to know everything. They just need to know that there's nobody in connector. And then they're like, all right, fine, that's enough for us to deal with B. Good boost, though. And Bondik will be taking out Forest. And...
Oh, here's that Astralis nade stack.
Oh, you're right. Blowing it all out. Not really enough damage, I think. And already Woxic is already sort of rotating in up at the sniper spot. You can see this could get scary for NiP. Down to 45 seconds.
Tough part as well is that triple nade really gives up a lot of the game, doesn't it? Immediately HellRaisers can say there's 3 players here. Angel's in perfect position. Him and Dead Fox can really shut this down. This can be scary even with just a CZ and a FAMAS. NiP, one chance. There's the jump around. Nicely done from GetRight. Can't complete the kill. And there's the peek from Angel. And this is the disaster. They can bait and switch. Rez swinging into the bomb site. Woxic's ready for it. And it's just Dennis. 20 seconds left. 1 versus 3. And he can't even find Woxic, who transfers over to the AK-47. Nice read from HellRaisers and NiP giving up too much of the game.
Yeah, looked like that should have been NiP's chance to really take the lead. But gets foiled at the end. I like the little detail. I mean, people do that a lot now, but just when you jump into the curvature of the tunnel, it does give you a speed boost. And I tested out at one point how much it was, and it isn't that much, but it's like 10 or 12 units more per well, whatever the measurement is.
Well, I'm glad you have that information down pat for us.
Yeah, it's, gotta check those out. I actually wondered if it was just, if you just felt like it, or if there really was like a big difference, but it's enough. 4-2 as a scoreline.
This is
that AWP on Woxic. Do you think is that what's gonna bring them back here?
And at the moment, it doesn't look like they're going to send too many players at it. It's just Dennis and Force on that side of the map. The bomb is wrapping around on Rez. I think the real danger isn't the op, it's the players in short sewers. Angel with the angle. Dennis, he's going to time that peek, and he does it perfectly. Angel right when he gets to the lip. Pulls a nade out. Now Rez is going to clear out Issa, and there's one more player, and Dennis handles that as well, and the aggression gets punished from HellRaisers. Nicely managed from NiP. They can still get back into this. This is where that op might come into play.
That's a great smoke. Really deep in. Nowhere to peek around that, really. And Woxic.
Yeah, now you have to call it off.
Yeah, there's just no point. I mean, they have another smoke even if they needed it, so doesn't seem like this is going to be... Oh my god. Even Bondik just lingering around, just hoping for some sort of opening. Gets immediately punished. And now Woxic just wants to save the AWP. So...
We've seen this as well on the other side of the map. Forrest is all alone, right? He's been sent towards bathrooms a couple times to kind of take some duel and see what he can find over towards that side, and now he can cut off any kind of retreat, and it doesn't matter. Woxic misses a shot onto Rez, who's able to grab a new angle before he gets in a position and take all the guns away, and that is a decent reset. Still some money on the HellRaisers players, but obviously that one hurts.
Yeah, this is getting to an awful position for HellRaisers. Nobody really taking up the hard job of just getting the big openings, you know, coming out with a nice couple of double or triple kills even just to get a solid round in there.
Well, you could see the idea of that last round, right? The aggression in the water really is like, let's deny some of this map control towards NiP. Let's make sure they can't just move across the map however they want. And it just kind of backfires, sticking around for too long, even though they get that opening kill. Dennis finds the timing on opening the door. It's really well managed by NiP when they realize there's aggression, the utility usage. For Rez to take out Issa as well in the corner, it was just a very mechanical approach that pans out well. Deadfox and Woxic are back into it again, but Rez monitoring the situation, and I don't know if they're aware of Woxic, so there's a chance here for him.
They definitely weren't, but Dennis will find the frag anyway. The one HE grenade that they had on the HellRaisers side being expended towards that doorway and not really getting any kind of result. So, similar smoke towards the sniper spot. And Bondic, this is close range, but the jump out, this time it does work for Get Right, at least for the one kill. And now all on Angel.
It's those 12 units of movement speed.
That's what I'm talking about, Moses.
Yeah.
You
gotta respect it.
gotta keep your eye on that stuff.
Yeah, well, that's a nice win from Angel. And actually, he's got a low HP player, and he gets the dink onto Force. That actually, he could have turned that around if he was able to get that kill so close. But another win for NiP. They're going to be fine with taking some of those losses, all these wins, and all the money built up as well. HellRaisers have a decision to make here, and we haven't seen a timeout yet. It appears that NiP is going to take one.
You know, Moses, we are on overpass. Do you think?
We are on overpass.
Do you think anyone's going to shoot for the box today?
I knew you were going to be tilted when I was watching that game.
I was so angry. I was like, this is...
I could feel it on the other side of the world. I was just like, he's so mad.
What made me even angrier was that everyone was messaging me afterwards saying, but he would have, you know, why would he just shoot at the box? That's a huge risk. And he just did it like 3 times before that happened. He just shot at the wrong angle the first 3 times or whatever. So I was in a bad mood, Moses.
Yeah. Well, not in a bad mood now, are you?
Now things are great.
Yeah, things are brilliant.
Yeah,
okay. We haven't seen anyone fail to spam yet. I haven't seen anyone even attempt it. No real need to.
No, there's been no situations, but I feel like there's always one you know, it always happened once or twice here on Overpass. There's always like a couple of rounds. That's why I even started looking at it, because I thought this situation happens so often.
This is so silly.
There's got to be a way to deal with this. And then just nobody cares.
Nobody cares. That should be the byline of your biography. Scouts out on Woxic, Famas on Issa. Still, they haven't been able to have too many very good buys. I think they had like the first one and maybe the round where they were able to salvage some of the other weapons off of a light by win. But not able to keep them in their hands. Bondic has been forced back already, so is Woxic. It's kind of the trouble when you have this scout on Woxic, is you really can't mount, you can't keep up that kind of aggression. So we'll see. Bondic going to drop a smoke for some cover. Ooh, a little bit of a one-way around the edge of this. And is Dennis aware of the possibility? I think he's just spamming for someone behind it, and that's an easy kill for Bondic. Nice little trick.
That is a really good trick. I mean, presumably not going to work very many times throughout one match, but if you're behind 6-2, why not try and get something out there? Bondic's going to be going down to Rez next, though. He's been very good again with the AK-47 headshots, and 40 seconds now for NiP. They're cutting it a bit close once again. Angel going to win the fight against Rez, going for more, and actually did a lot of damage. Almost could have taken down Get Right. Now Isa, perfect timing as well. Woxic taking down Draken, and Forrest 1 versus 3. 27 seconds. I think the time especially what's really going to be working against him here.
Especially Deadfox being pushed up, right? There's a world if Deadfox is playing inside B that Issa and Woxic think he might be able to fall back and maybe lose track of him, maybe get unfocused here at A. That's a nice shot, tapping away the headshot onto Issa. Now Woxic's just got to survive. He's just got to hide, and Forrest, he can get the plant down because of that missed shot, but Woxic going to come around the angle too quick. Bomb won't go down, and Woxic ends things. It's a 3rd round for HellRaisers, but still not out of the woods. Again, they have to build upon this. They haven't been able to win 2 rounds in a row. I do want to go back to that play from Bondic, because there was a previous round. I don't remember if we actually caught it on the main screen. Forrest did kind of that same kind of play where he's trying to control bathrooms on his own and trying to kind of probe into the A bomb site. That similar smoke was thrown down, and Bondic actually killed Forrest with that boost on top of a player behind it. So kind of sets that up. You could see Dennis maybe spamming through for that kind of a boost, and Bondic's able to find a new angle.
Yeah, you like that, playing mind games across different rounds. That's always fun when you get to catch some of that happening in action. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff happening like that, you know, throughout a match that we just maybe don't notice or don't necessarily get all the viewpoints all at the same time. But it's definitely one of the fun parts of Counter-Strike when you do get a chance to get into it a little bit. 6-3 the scoreline, and moving into the 10th round, Dead Fox with the MP9. Try and see if he could do something. I mean, it's fine as long as he can play close range. It's more worrisome if he has to go and retake and fight somebody long range. Otherwise, you know, SMG will do alright.
NiP slowed things back down. Dennis taking control of Staircase all on his own.
What setup is this on long? Are they both Angel and Bondic? Are they both going to hide in the corner?
This is wild. HellRaisers, oh, there's the double nade. They don't want to deal with either that boost or any of Bondic's shenanigans that they've experienced twice now. This is HellRaisers has been put a lot of emphasis on towards long. I imagine there's going to be a flash peek some point. And we'll see. It's the op on Draken who's the only one here, and he can get caught. It might even just be a double peek that can end him. There's the shoulder. Bondic's messed it up, and he's going to get into cover. Nicely done from Draken, and now he can get aggressive. Almost finds the burst, but Waxic holding onto the A bomb site still. Angel's here. That's got to be the call for 2, but it doesn't matter. Everyone's falling on the other side, and Waxic hitting everything with the op, and that's the round.
My God, I'm not sure. I think that setup for HellRaisers is a really strange one. But I also am not sure why Draken is running up long alone with the AWP. Like, in any situation, I just don't want to see that. If you were going to do that, then at least just sneak up, you know, just don't run and signal your position that much. That was a strange round from almost every angle. But HellRaisers, they obviously made it work perfectly at the end. Yeah. So good on them. 6-4, that does also show us that they have got a bit of a foothold back in the game, finally connecting a couple of rounds. Now with the double up setup, no more SMGs or anything like that. So this might be the first time that we actually get to see how HellRaisers play on this side. Like, not to discount anything that NiP has been doing, but like now finally HellRaisers actually have some sort of foundation.
We'll see what these Deagles and the CZ can do. Looks like GetRight's going to lead the way for us. Maybe throwing a couple... Nope, no flashbangs on him. Look, they were lining up for some kind of a hit. Going to go for a boost, hoping these Deagles can ring out. Angel might be exposed. Here's a jump up. That's quite cool, and he might be able to get one, just barely misses. Bondic's found a kill on the other side of the map, but spam coming through now as HellRaisers recognize the danger. NiP is going to be all grouped up, and they have nothing really left but to kind of try and play the trade game on their way into this A bomb. So they've got 3 players rotated over, but Bondic just picking them off at range.
Here's a small detail that's kind of cool about the way that NiP did that boost, is that a lot of the time when people boost on that side, they do the boost so that they jump on top of each other, then the top guy has to jump, and then the lower guy stands up. And just as that happens, if someone's looking at your position from the other side, then the top guy jumping is just going to get killed really quickly. Like, he's got almost no chance to reply. Yeah. And the way that NiP did it is, there's no jump from the, like, Rez just jumps up and he's ready. Like, the second he lands on GetRight, he's good to shoot, so... Yeah, cool way to eliminate that little piece of danger, maybe, that little weakness in the boost otherwise. It's a good idea.
Well, Waxic going to get aggressive with the op again, playing it patiently, waiting for that flashman to come out. NiP is going to get control of the playground safely. No losses taken, no aggression towards long as well. We're wondering what HellRaisers was going to look like on their defense now that they have the money. We've seen them so aggressive and so stacked out towards long A so frequently in this map. Again, though, the bomb, 3 players over towards the B bomb site. Dennis is going to be in the door. Him and Rez going to work together to clear these short sewers.
Yeah, they've got control of this most of the time. I feel like HellRaisers have given up trying to fight that part. And the setup is a bit more common now on the CT side. Easier in Dead Fox, though. They are very close to each other. One good flashbang to land on them here could be a little bit of an issue. Nice grenade on GetRight. That's actually perfect.
That's a great grenade, and we'll see. Oh, that's an even better shot. The lineup right through the smoke obviously has that one figured out, and now comes the hit. That's kind of the go signal for NiP. 2 players here to defend. Bondic on the rotation. It's Dead Fox inside the site. He's got too many angles to worry about, and his teammate's gone. Bondic has to be passive, and even Angel, I think, is already calling for a save. He's backing off towards long A. Nice round from NiP.
That's a really, really dirty shot coming out of Get Right. He's only got 5 kills, which is not really that impressive, but just one opening like that absolutely makes a difference.
One of those kills is a 1 round.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. Bondic and Angel hoping to save the guns as much as they can. And HellRaisers, again, we were just celebrating the fact that they were getting their feet on the ground and starting to build a little bit of money. But NiP have done a really good job at keeping that away from them most of the first half here. Oh, an Angel getting spotted. A lot of damage, but the third one in is Get Right, and that's actually a big loss.
He did his best, and he has just had how many more are coming around the corners. Nicely done. 7-5. There should still be enough money for a purchase on HellRaisers. There is. They did win 3 in a row before dropping that one right there. But NiP now putting together a very, very strong half. Obviously, getting up towards 6 pretty quickly at 6-2 was a luxury for NiP, where they only needed bring out a couple more. And NiP, second time they've called a timeout off of a win. So making sure that they can build upon this league. Really wanted to make sure this T side goes as strong as possible.
This is I don't think this kind of beginning that HellRaisers were really hoping for. I mean, we've seen this before, when you lose that pistol and then you just never really get anything rolling. You got that 4th round and then that was good, but then losing the 5th after that, you're on just a weird territory there economically.
They did put themselves in a good position. Winning those 3 in a row kind of put them in a spot where they could have made a pretty solid comeback in this, right? If you were at it was 5-6 before that. If you had been able to get up towards like 9-6, 8-7, even just a lead into the second half, you'd have been happy. You still have that opportunity if you can win these last 3, but it's going to be tough. NiP have this bye and the next one if they lose it. HellRaisers going to have to be very conscious of their economy. Look at Woxic, even more aggressive this time, coming through the smoke on the staircase, but again, going to be flashback. NiP's done a really good job of neutralizing some of this aggression from HellRaisers. I think outside of the pistol round, that push that HellRaisers had out towards long, I don't think there's been a whole lot of frags coming out from those plays out of the defense.
They shoot out that window, HellRaisers, when they run back, the one that they use to make the boost. So I'm wondering if that's like almost a way to try and bait NiP, because they're not actually doing the boost now. Good couple of grenades they're landing on Dead Fox. Not going to be able to get the kill on him, but still an annoying amount of damage.
Here it comes again. A little jump you talked about. Here we go. Yep, as you can see, Get Right already ready to go, and it yields results this time. Angel gets caught. And you can start to see the 2 players, Woxic and Bondic, on the minimap rotating over. Bondic just kind of cheating back deeper and towards the site. Woxic actually over towards balcony with that AWP, but NiP still haven't made their move.
Just getting the kill plus the damage on Dead Fox means HellRaisers, I almost want them to take a risk at this point. I would love it if Bondic and Woxic doubled up to go towards restrooms or something, just to try and figure out what's going on, because if they wait inside of the bomb site for very much longer, this could be a very hard battle for them to fight.
25 seconds. Bomb is rotating up towards the A site. That is a huge kill to get. Issa and Dead Fox, they're clearing everything out because they had so much presence at the B bomb site. They're cautious on this rotate, and Bondic's just going to go down. He does get 1 kill. Issa and Dead Fox have to rotate away. I like that you just brought up them being aggressive. I mean, obviously, that's kind of like situational specific.
Yeah.
But just in general, think of, I mean, all the fact that they haven't had any kind of success on their aggressive plays out towards long, out towards short sewers. They actually got punished one round they went there. The big part of the map we haven't seen them really try and hold is any kind of staircase. We frequently see players go down those stairs, the AWP, trying to grab the angle to get 1 pick. NiP's never had problem controlling that staircase.
I mean, the timing for Woxic to unzoom in this round was obviously unfortunate, but apart from that, NiP just, I think, playing a slow but pretty solid game right now. Yeah, I would like that actually. The aggressive control inside of connector there, that would certainly be interesting. And
the problem that you have if you're HellRaisers and you don't ever kind of contest and try and take that and try and stop NiP from having it is NiP pretty much throughout this entire half has had the option to go between the bomb sites and be able to run those fakes. And like eventually that's just gonna, you saw it in the previous round where the 2 B players didn't want to cheat over towards A because you never know how quickly they can come back towards that B bomb site. You want to make sure it's safe, but...
And they also get to be in all the positions they want to be with almost all of their grenades, right? Yep. They don't have to spend too much utility clearing out.
No Molotovs, no flashbangs, no smokes, nothing.
Exactly. Trying to bring it down. Woxic turning around for the grenade, but ultimately, the rest are going to fall back, and he's going to stick around. That seems very dangerous. He get caught in a couple of seconds by the people running up the stairs. See, they're sort of waiting for him to please come back, and eventually they're going to make their way through. So,
and they make that move with impunity because they've never been challenged there. So they're just like, all right, we'll pick up the pace. No one's ever been here.
Yeah.
Bondik and Woxic now rotate out towards long, far away from that B bomb site. But again, map control for NiP. Bomb is still dropped very, very far back. Over a minute still left in the round as NiP continues this just very, very solid, nothing crazy T side that has yielded results. They're up towards 8 rounds to the 5 of HellRaisers, looking to make it 9. And Woxic and Bondik going to stick around. Here comes a late boost, but I think it's called off because of the footsteps. And Woxic, that's dangerous. He's got a huge gauntlet to run backwards, and fortunately he is going to get away.
I really don't like this setup. I've said it many, many times, but it can obviously work. If Woxic is going to get the first kill, then there's a real chance for this to play out. But if not, you really never know. One grenade landing, there's a flashbang, and Bondik, he's going to get one good return there, Woxic, but you can tell it's going to be very difficult for Bondik to do anything in that position. And now, 4 versus 4. Easer and Deadfox are quite far away. They still don't know if anyone's outside of B. That's a great shot! Woxic taking down Rez. That's what they need, that kind of defense. And Forrest creeping on in. Can he get the refrag? The smoke is gone. There's a second one right behind it. And Woxic's definitely going to be dead. Get right to start it off as well, taking down Angel. And Easer and Deadfox, can they get here in time? That's a good kill. 2 versus 2 with 2 seconds left. They're just going to get a bomb plant in the last possible second.
Forrest actually got off the initial plant when his teammate went down. That was so close. Both of them in the bomb site, though. They don't think they can get away safely. This is going to be dicey for NiP. Molotov going to come out a little bit late in the round, but Deadfox doesn't beat it, so he's got to fall back. That's going to buy a lot of time for NiP.
Yeah, Easer clearing up, opening up from the bank, gonna get one kill in. Mid-air shot coming out. Straken taking down Easer, and now Deadfox, he's out of time. No scope, not gonna connect, trying for a second, and he's gonna hit it as well. Great double kill. Draken playing with fire at the end, but they come out. That's 9 rounds for NiP.
Yeah, really, really well done in the 2-on-2. That Molotov just bought him the time they needed, although still nobody making their way out of that bomb site. That was a bit sketchy.
Yeah, you don't want to be standing behind the boxes.
Not both of you. Not a lot of space for either one of you to operate. It's nice, though, that Draken's able to use those boxes. He gets the first kill in midair, as you said, coming at a bank, and then he's able to just kind of play the isolation using the cover of those boxes.
I'm guessing Isa made that jump to spot if he actually was behind there, like trying to see if he could look down behind the box.
Woxic has got to be so frustrated that he's not been able to find anything in this position throughout the entire half. Coming through the smoke, Rez is going to punish him. Nice opening kill. It was just a scout. It's not the biggest weapon you've taken away, but it does thin out the defense and force them to make decisions to get thinned out in certain locations. Big advantage for NiP.
Yeah, just really, really well done. Bondik seeing if he can exploit the smoke and maybe get around. I mean, they might as well take a couple of risks here. It's round number 15, and they've got almost no weaponry at all, so wouldn't be opposed to some tricky plays coming out for HellRaisers. Easer and Deadfox have got a bit of a setup, but again, holding all of this firepower in connector is not going to be easy. Smoke will do it, though. Should do it.
It's going to help him get away at the very least. Flashbang thrown by Get Right back towards T-spawn. There's the peek from Bondik. Nice find from him, and he's got to stick around. They're too close, and he's doing it. He's doing work. He's getting 3 kills, 3 headshots as well with that UMP. He's going to go for the peek and monster. I think he might have spotted a leg of Get Right, who didn't get out of the way in time, but 2-on-4. HellRaisers absolutely have to win this round. Deadfox trying to peer over the top, and Get Right spotted him. Misses the pixel shot, but now he's got his teammate coming up towards sandbags, and Get Right no longer a support player in this kind of a position. He's got to get the frags. He's got to enter on the bomb site, and it's so hard for him to find a fight he's comfortable with, and he's going to miss the shots there. Draken's going to bail him out. Now he's in towards water, and Get Right can do nothing. Deadfox has switched over to the SMG, and that's going to be the round. That'll be 6 at the end for HellRaisers.
Good recovery, and obviously hero work in that round. The quad kill for Bondik, doing so much with the UMP on the other side. And NiP obviously thinking that because of the early kill for Rez and because they hadn't heard or seen anything, that there was not going to be anyone aggressive here. So
they haven't had to deal with anyone aggressive there for so long.
Yeah, it's a good point, right? So just surviving that one, barely 9-6 is obviously not great for HellRaisers, but you win the pistol, something can be done here. Like, they're not completely out of it.
Absolutely. It's very, very possible comeback for HellRaisers. It's just kind of a tough scoreline to swallow when you're supposed to be on the easier side of things. Those early resets, as you mentioned, they hurt massively, but good for HellRaisers to end the half on a winning note, and we'll see what their offense can bring to bear. Gonna have to see Woxic come alive, and actually, all things considered, that it didn't feel like he was too impactful with the AWP. He still had a decent half, all things considered. Bondic at 13, Woxic at 12.
Yeah, but you did point it out that we've had so many rounds where Woxic was pushing that birthday party area and wanted to get some of those early sniper shots out, and it didn't really happen, so that's unfortunate, but you're right, he still managed to have a pretty good impact. Second half coming up now. This is the final best of 3 of the day, I believe, so...
It is. It's about nap time for you, I think.
It is about nap time, but it's too late for that, Moses. If you want, we can go to the gym and take selfies later, and that's what people do.
As long as we don't actually work out, though. I just want to take a selfie by the weights.
Never suggest that. We are going to be heading into the second half here. Very, very relaxed defense here for NiP. Just far back on the bomb sites, hoping to get something done. Forrest is going to get a headshot on one, and a second one on Bondic. That's perfect play right now, coming out of Forrest. 2 kills for him as Rez chimes in. It's only Ezo who's managed to reply, getting a double kill of his own. That's not bad at all. More is needed, and he's not going to be able to best Dennis, so that leaves it all on Angel. They know where he is. They've got the kid picked up, and they're just going to try and see if they can run him down, and they'll be successful at that. Big round for NiP. The job just got a lot more difficult for HellRaisers.
Yeah, it's always so painful when you know the defense, or you realize the defense is playing retake, but Forrest gets 2 kills right when the bomb gets planted, and then it's a 3-on-5 all of a sudden. Perfectly executed by the Ninjas. Helped out, obviously, by some nice shots out of Forrest. That makes things, the rest of it just kind of a mop-up. But a good plant is going to allow HellRaisers to stay in the fight. They obviously, you could see, not happy maybe with that first half and realize they have to go for something a little bit, maybe not desperate, but something tricky. Try and catch NiP off. They're going to go for that tactical purchase on Woxic. He's got the AK-47. CZ's Deagle utility purchased up around it as well.
Do you like this, Moses? Are you a fan of this kind of buy?
Yeah, I am actually. I don't know. Yeah, I am. I was going to say, I don't know, like, it's always situational, right? And I feel like this kind of situation kind of warrants it, and it's going to help out. Dennis, not prepared for the truck that just hit him.
No. Well, now they know. They're like, oh, there is an AK. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is really cool, and
we're seeing it more and more.
Yeah, I just feel like there's some part of this that it's obviously impossible for us to know this from the outside, but you've got to make sure that the whole team knows that if it fails, then everyone's okay with that, right? Like, it's a big investment, but
it's paying off here, isn't it?
It's definitely paying off. Woxic taking the face off of Draken, and now Rez is in a lot of trouble. No one behind him. He's going to take Angel down. Do they have more? They have a couple of more flashbangs. Maybe they could try and deal with him that way. Putting up a smoke, and now just buying a lot of time for his team here, Rez. Is it going to be quite enough? Dead Fox is wondering why nobody's moving or rotating out of that B-bomb side, and Rez doing a little bit more work before he's going to get taken down by Woxic. Still on that bomb site, hiding the whole round. Is Forrest by the barrels? Is that patience going to play off, I wonder?
It definitely is. We'll see if it lasts is the question. And then for GetRight, it's how well we know he can read the game so well. But can he read this scenario? Will he cheat his rotate? It looks like he just is right now. You can see on the minimap there, he's rotating over. He's got the UMP, going to toss the nade out. And that's going to land towards Dead Fox. Nice damage onto him. Are they going to expect Forrest? I think GetRight has caused enough of a distraction, but he holds the trigger. He wanted more than just one. Gets punished for it, and now GetRight in a 1-on-3, going to rotate in, sees Bondic, takes the head off, and almost spams through and gets another one, and he's not able to find Woxic. 4 kills in this tactical purchase. Well done from Woxic, and HellRaisers is right back in it.
Wow. I mean, first of all, what a great round from Woxic. That's so impressive, and that's going to spark your team, a little bit. That's going to make everyone excited that happened. I'm still kind of impressed that Dead Fox checked the corner, because 2 of his teammates had already walked in front of Forrest, so he's actually the last in, and then, I mean, at least from that angle, and he still managed to check it. That's pretty good. 10-7. And NiP not feeling great after that. That's going to be a little bit annoying. That was your moment to make it, what, 12-6 in your favor?
Yeah, that would have been, yeah, essentially, right? You can never make those assumptions, but you can pretty confidently say that probably would have happened. Deagles, CZ's on the NiP side, as they want to buy right back up into it. It's always, I think, the tough part about those tactical purchases, right, is it always depends, right? Like NiP with that kind of a push gave him that opening kill. I always like to see what teams do you have something prepared, you know? That's always kind of the question for me is, do they have like a plan with this one AK-47? Is this something they've thought about and discussed, or is it kind of like just send the AK out and see if he can deathmatch and take a duel? And I guess in that previous case, we might never know, since NiP gave the opening kill away.
Yeah, they were a little bit aggressive at times.
This is a weird position for Rez to be in. Very weird, and it might yield results. There's one, can't convert on the second. That would have been quite nice to have 2 players down, but still some danger. Still an ability for NiP to win this round.
It even looked like Draken might have been able to do more than he did with the Deagle, but instead, HellRaisers have decided to toss a couple of grenades and start to head towards that B-bomb site where there is no defense currently. That high ground not going to be too much of an advantage against the rifles down below. Good shot from Forrest, though. It's not bad at all. And Easer is kind of low. If they can find a kill on Woxic or Bondic in the next 5 seconds or so, then they can start to maybe fight for it. Otherwise, I don't think this is going to happen.
HellRaisers got an M4. Force hits one more shot like that, it could open things up. Peering over towards Sandbag, sees no one there. Bondic covered by the smoke. There's the leg, but the shot from Woxic comes out in a follow-up spray. He's having a very good start to this half with his 4 kill in the second round, and now here, 10-8 for NiP. The gap is closing.
Closing rapidly, but I think even more worrisome is the fact that Woxic is just barreling through at this point. He's playing such a good game. 18 kills and 11 deaths right now. Bondic not that far behind at 13. Yeah, this is starting to look very good indeed. 2-round gap, no armor or anything on NiP, just the USPs, nothing upgraded, and they're all stacked in one huge stack. This could be a bit of a bloodbath, couldn't it?
Or it could be awesome. I'm crossing my fingers for awesome. And actually, it's neither a bloodbath or awesome. The nice shoulder peek from Angel neutralizes it entirely.
Man, I am disappointed officially. I was looking forward to that.
It is well played from Angel to clear that out, ruining the NiP party.
The pajamas party.
Ooh, that's not bad.
You ever had one of those Moses?
I'm not saying anything. I'm afraid of where you're going to take it, and just for the sake of all of our careers, we'll avoid it.
All right. It's a bit paranoid, isn't it?
Well, 4 players for NiP over towards the B-bomb site. Forrest might be rotating back. It's just Dennis who's kind of here at the A-bomb site. But as we've seen so many times, even if they spot it, even if they get the intel, how can you actually stop a hit of full utility and full weaponry with just the USPs and no armor? Seen it happen a couple times, but yeah, this time it's definitely not going to happen.
A little bit of damage is great if they could get the last kill there on Angel, which they won't be able to, but that would have held them out a little bit. 10-9. NiP with a buy, not a great buy, but maybe enough. Draken with the AWP. Certainly be interesting to see him start to find his rhythm here in the second half.
We're going to see a timeout out of NiP here as well, as they want to make sure they want to get off on the right foot. Remember, this can't happen if they lose this round here. NiP is going to be in a lot of trouble. They're going to be in that same situation as HellRaisers, where you're just kind of gasping and you're just kind of struggling to get a stranglehold on this match, struggling just to get a foundation that you can build upon, because they're going to be in that weird economic scenario. Nice shots by Issa, and it seems like the HellRaisers players, now that they've switched over to the offense, are starting to come alive a little bit more now that they're allowed to dictate the pace and where they want to attack. There's been quite a solid second half off the back of, as you said, Woxic. He had 12 kills at half, he's 18 now. But 4 of those came on the second round when he's dropped the 1 rifle that HellRaisers had.
It's been really encouraging just seeing him lead the charge for HellRaisers to get back in the game. Let's see if it can continue. 1 round gap now. AWP, no armor on Draken, and just pushing in anyway. Very often grenades will land here, so will headshots. Absolutely removing Draken. Otherwise, I was going to say the grenades with no armor could be a little bit scary.
Yes, I mean, so a lot of things could have been scary, right? He was sticking around for a long time waiting for that fight. He could have got wrapped upon from the stairs. Could have been pushed by AK-47s from Playground. Either way, outplayed Woxic just with a lot of patience before taking that peek, and obviously wins that fight. I think there's going to be a timing here for a flash. Dennis is listening for any kind of information that they're close up, playing a dangerous game, but no one's coming. Looking like this round, who better to put its shoulders on than Forrest and Get Right, but the old legends are going to have to hold on.
The problem is they just almost have no utility at all. I mean, they can't even put in a smoke or a nice Molotov to segment the push. All they have to do is try and hit really good headshots, and there's so much utility on the HellRaiser side. I don't see them just running in here with nothing. That's a great long-range Molotov, and they just get shot down. That's great utility use and just nothing that NiP could reply with here.
Yeah, HellRaisers had all the advantages there, and now it gets so tough for NiP. It's going to be tied up at 10-10. These guys, Dennis and Rez, just want to get away with their weapons, and Angel is trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Rez out towards Long and in the bathrooms now. He's got a long time to hold on to this gun, and there's so much money. There's plenty of money built up, and the HellRaisers said they can go for this. They can hunt this down aggressively. It'll be worth it even if they lose 2 to 3 players. So Rez is going to have a tough time as HellRaisers are slowly eliminating positions he could be trying to save in.
You know who loves to hunt? Just bringing it back, Moses.
Yeah, it's full circle. That's quite nice.
Back to the classics.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a nice shot. Yeah, you can see he doesn't want to take any more fights. He just wants to get away, and even that's not going to happen. Poor Rez did his best. We'll always remember him for the good times.
Oh, the beer bottles fall over as the round restarts?
That might be the biggest atrocity in that round.
That
spilling beer.
That's not even close to realistic, is it? We should petition Valve to change that.
What?
Well, they're obviously either going to be standing up or they're getting a line down. They can't just be mid-air when the map is spawned.
Oh, I didn't see that part. I just saw it tipping over.
Yeah, that was when it restarted.
Oh.
That's game breaking, Moses. I can't get submerged in the game when I see stuff like that. It's throwing me way off.
Well, you'll have to get over it. Think you can do that?
I'll give it a try.
Oh, this is so nice from NiP, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. Good utility usage from HellRaisers, forcing NiP to run through the flames. That's unfortunate. I liked that. I liked that crunch from door and those stairs.
Yeah.
In a different world, it could have worked a little bit better. And Forrest with the follow-up as well. I don't know if Angel will expect this. Off angle. He's going to come down, finds the timing, gets the dink, and does he want to go for the AK? Does he have the guts? Not anymore.
He really wanted to, but Woxic is absolutely tuned in. He's so quick with these shots. They are going to have to buy him a couple of drinks later on if this works out, because he is the main engine right now that's bringing HellRaisers back in the game. Well, not even back, leading the game now at 11-10. After a not very impressive first half, they really picked it up. And NiP have gone, speaking of classics, Moses, they've returned that double AWP setup. Dennis with one, Draken with the other. It's going to get interesting.
I feel like this is maybe like the last ditch for NiP to really get this defense underway. They haven't been able to sustain it. You winning the pistol, losing the following 5. This has been a really rough half on the defense for NiP. Starting to let one slip away after a good offensive side. Money hasn't always been there for the Ninjas. Slow pace from HellRaisers, and this time no one really challenging over towards bathrooms or towards that A bomb site. Rez is there, and if they lean towards this B bomb site and there's no presence over towards Fountain, Bondic and Issa are going to have to make a presence at the top of the stairs to prevent Rez from having a very quick flank.
That's camera through the
water.
Through the lens of the water, yeah. I quite like that.
It's mesmerizing.
when the acid kicks in. It's Angel to go down first. Rez back in action. I feel like he's been steadily chipping in. Just, you know, a solid sort of map for him so far. Just spread out across rounds. He's just every round now and again will turn up with a couple of really good kills.
Haven't said his name too often. The CT side hasn't been great, as I mentioned earlier, for NiP. So I mean, they've all just kind of been getting wiped out and looking a little bit disorganized. See if he can get back into it now. He's got support of Draken with the AWP. 3 players at the B bomb site. Dennis with an AWP, Forrest and Get Right as well inside that bomb site. And that's where the action is going to be. There's 24 seconds left on the clock as Woxic rotates over with the bomb, but he's still far away. This hit is going to have to be convincing.
With 3 people holding it in 18 seconds, I don't really see HellRaisers making their way through at all. This is going to be almost impossible. Dead Fox has gone down already. Issa trying to bring it back. 9 seconds now. Where's that deep bomb plant going to come from? These are getting one more kill. Woxic actually putting the bomb down,
no.
and Bondik, oh my god, the double spray down. Draken will take down Woxic, but still, that should have been nowhere close. If he wins this round, that is absolute robbery. Bondik now snuck back down into the monster tunnel. Draken making his way up, tapping the bomb once. He's going to get shot down. Bondik, oh my god. An unbelievable round win from him. I can't actually... we need to see a replay of this.
It's the timing in the round that makes that so backbreaking for NiP. They had the advantages. 3 players at that B site. Wasn't even really utility so much in the way, and Bondik somehow makes it work.
Yeah,
huge impact.
3 players there, about 9 seconds, and they even got the opening kills going into it.
That is a beautiful transfer over to find that second kill, and obvious here, the misdirection. Draken has no idea. You can see he's trying to slide back behind the pillar so he can have kind of protection from that angle. It's not going to happen. That one hurts for NiP. I'm not sure if they'll be able to get back into it. They do have that full losing bonus. They're only partially invested in this round. It'd be great if they're able to build on this kill from Rez. 4 Deagles and a CZ. They've got to get over towards the B bomb site quick because HellRaisers already made their decision, and they're going to come in here very decisively. Draken on the big flank.
Okay, right and Forest are right here as well. If they could pick one more kill, maybe, it's possible. Here's Get Right taking down one. And Dennis playing around with the Deagle, not connecting yet. But HellRaisers, they kind of have the B bomb site, but they're locked in a strange way. Forest hitting the headshot on Easer, and weirdly, NiP finding an enormous amount of success with just the pistols. In fact, only one person dying.
Oh, that's...
Can you explain this for me, Moses? I feel like this is opposites day, isn't it?
I can't actually explain that. I apologize for you. That's just NiP hitting some stellar shots. HellRaisers getting into some individual battles along the way. Woxic being taken out without any kind of a response. Obviously, when Rez gets it with the Deagle early on, you know, that kind of stuff happens, but you need to be able to recover. HellRaisers not able to trade their way properly into that bomb site. And then obviously just boxed in at a 3-on-5. Tough scenario, and that gets NiP from backbreak, from heartbreak to this, where they pick up, what, 4 free weapons, 3 free weapons in that round?
I mean, for HellRaisers, they don't even get to celebrate that win for very long. They're like, oh, that's a bit unfortunate.
Kick in the face. 12-11 HellRaisers. That's a nice nade. On to Woxic, down to 59. They're going to go out towards long. This time it's much, much quicker. NiP's not really there challenging. Draken in bathrooms. Rez is going to be there as well, but they want that AWP to ring out, be able to pick one player off. He hasn't given away his position yet. It's going to be tough for him to fall back, though. He needs to drop a smoke in the choke point. Oh, this is going to be so dicey. Nice flashbang. Draken gets out of the way, but he has to fight his way out, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it did not look very convincing. Get Right trying to bring it back, but he's going to go down. Forest finally able to kill on deadfox, but now they're on the A bomb site, and Dennis is starting to make his way up there. He should be able to get a bomb plant if they're quick about it. Bondik clearing out the restrooms from the other side. Maybe only Rez that they don't quite have a good read on. Can he make his way in through long? Isa going to be pushing up. There's Rez with one. A great double spray down. They don't check the corner, and both of them are gone. Bondik and Angel going to be very upset about that one. Now it's a 2-on-3. And the bomb is only just planted. Bit of a fight happening here as Bondik comes in again with a great double kill. And now he's off to new position. He's playing a really good game here towards the end of the first map. One tap there. Forest hoping for a headshot, and now he's going to bait him out. He's got maybe one more time he could do this, otherwise he's going to run out of time. And Bondik is playing this absolutely expertly. Yeah, Forest knows. Has to just run away. That's a couple of rounds now for Bondik.
Yeah. He's having huge impact down the stretch of this game, and he's got him right back in it. He's just given Rez a taste of his own medicine. Follows up on that flank. You could see he'd been hunting Rez down. He knows that the player who's usually in bathrooms for NiP is still alive and just couldn't find him. Follows up that flank with a double kill of his own to put it right back into HellRaisers' favor. But by the benefit of NiP winning a round where they had all Deagles and CZs, they salvaged 4 weapons. They didn't really have to invest a whole lot into that previous round. So now they still have a very, very strong buy. Still, HellRaisers going to have to grind this one out. Money is dwindling for HellRaisers. It's still pretty strong. They'll have another buy if they need it. They've got themselves in good position to take this first opening map.
HellRaisers, they really looked impressive. The second half is nothing like the first one. Ooh. Yeah, a bit of a dangerous moment there. Don't want to see that. Oh, that's a deep flashbang, and that could have maybe even been a kill. The grenade not quite going to chase him down, but hard to know, and Rez is going to be going down. So even in spite of all of that, it's actually HellRaisers that come out on top.
Well, Looking for more. Still being cautious with this boost to peer over and try and find some information. Dennis with the off angle with that AWP. He would just love to find the equalizer. With this kind of an angle, you can take a shot and fall back, but that smoke is going to neutralize it. Dennis knows he's got to remain at least somewhat aggressive. Try and find a kill to have some information to be able to pass over to his teammates so they can get into position in a man disadvantaged situation. Hop is passed over to Angel as well on the offensive side so that he can remain passive when the hit comes in. Watch for follow-up peeks from the NiP players. But 35 seconds on the clock, and they haven't made a decision yet. Still pretty far away from this A bomb site. It's going to have to be a hustle. They've got plenty of utility to make it work.
Well, here's one. Oh, they're going to go back to the A bomb site, it looks like. Forrest has a Molotov, or had one anyway, so I thought maybe that could be a big piece of the puzzle here for NiP. They're going to be in some trouble now instead. 15 seconds as HellRaisers start to make their way towards the bomb site. Really running the clock low. Pre-fire coming in. Get right, somehow getting the kill. He almost could have taken down Woxic, but going to miss the opportunity. 4 seconds now. They might have been too late. I'm not sure they can get the bomb plant now. Oh my god.
That's the danger you run when you play that kind of a pace out of HellRaisers. They're still going to be okay. As I said, the money was all right. They're going to be upset that they were able to give that round away with not getting a plant in time, but they get 3 kills. They take money away from NiP, and they've got some of their own. So not quite the disaster that it might seem to be. NiP, though, they don't have a whole lot of chances left. That was a little bit of a gift given over to them.
Yeah, I need to invest into just a regular old wristwatch, Moses. Just keep.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple rounds now, HellRaisers letting that clock run way down. Like, even to like 25 seconds before they make a call of where they want to go, before they make the decision. So they've got to be careful, HellRaisers, down the stretch of this game, but still in prime position. NiP having to reinvest everything into this round. 4 players below $1,000, and Dennis isn't much better at 1,100. Meanwhile, on the HellRaisers side, they've still got cash. They've got, you know, Issa is at 4,700, Bondic at 2,200. They've got some money to work with.
There's been some rounds like this for HellRaisers where I feel like they could have been probably at 15 now, and they've lost some crazy rounds like this. I mean, there's the Deagle one, and then this one where they run out of time. Those are some pretty big giveaways for NiP's side.
They're certainly giving them a lot of chances to get into this game and actually take this map out of their hands. Other than that, I mean, HellRaisers have played a pretty solid half, all things considered. Well, actually, a very good half on this one. Nice opening pick from Draken. They needed that. And there's the aggression. Dennis is going to follow up with one as well. He's going to get away. Smoke to cover his retreat. That is well-played aggression across the map for NiP, and Forrest is going to end this round. And this is where those stumbles from HellRaisers really start to hurt. This next round, I said they had a decent amount of money. Issa hadn't bought yet when I said that. He's down at 450, so they can probably invest into the next round, but it's not going to be great, and they're going to have a decision to make.
That really... It almost seemed like the fact that HellRaisers lost the early fight. Nice wallbang. Just the rest of them just jumped down that ladder. Even as Forrest got the first kill, they're just like, oh, well, you know, just got to keep going anyway.
I think part of that is, I think that a little bit of focus slipped there for HellRaisers. I think that's one of those rounds where you kind of have an idea of what you want to do, and you don't focus on the possibility of the aggression from NiP, and it catches you really off guard, and then everyone kind of loses their focus on how to play those situations properly, and everyone kind of really lets loose and tries to go for a kill to try and keep that situation under control, and instead it just spirals away from them. See that sometimes at the end of games, and look at this, fast play towards the B bomb site. This time NiP has the utility they need. Get Right's going to be over at Toxic Barrels. There's the nade damage onto Issa. He is eventually traded off, but all the kills going the way of NiP, and HellRaisers have been stopped from getting into this site, and NiP, they've retaken the lead in this game.
Yeah, bound to be at 14 rounds. Was hoping to see maybe HellRaisers get a bomb plant in, but that's not going to happen. Instead, it will be the Swedes taking the lead once again. You know, Moses, if you shoot one of those ATMs over there, it'll pop out cash.
Does it actually?
Yeah, right. The furthest one from the site, I believe.
That's cool.
They don't work like that in real. Imagine if they did.
Jesus.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be a different world.
It would be a different world. I want to build on those ideas of yours sometimes. I don't always know how. I'm not actually intentionally leaving you out to dry. I just don't.
It's fine. I'm just, you know, I just think it's worth thinking about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they designed ATMs the other way because...
Yeah, definitely.
Be hard using one of them, always be people shooting at them. And just Stomp, not really my thing. 28th round. I feel like this has been... If HellRaisers end up losing this game, it's going to be kind of hard to make many excuses for them. I feel like they should be winning this right now. And somehow they're not. And that's going to be a little bit tricky. Hard to maybe overcome, even for HellRaisers, just the mental strain on the team if they end up giving this one away. I like the attempt there, but the deep grenade from Rez actually getting both the kills as a result. Definitely a good job, and Dennis is now looking one way, Drake in the other, hoping that they can get just one more kill, maybe secure this game.
I don't think Issa realized the danger he was in. Two different angles where if he had swung it just a bit too wide, he would have gone down. Draken's going to find one more, and Bondic up next. Draken holding his nerve, waiting for the full peak, and he's going to get it. Beautifully done. And NiP firmly taking control of this game. This last round from HellRaisers, they're not going to have a whole lot to fight with, and this is a tough way for HellRaisers to go out of this just off the back of a couple mistakes down the stretch. Has allowed NiP the ability to get back into it.
I mean, obviously NiP did have that great first half, so that's like half the explanation, I feel like, for why they're able to win it. But then the other half is some of the rounds where HellRaisers just stumble at the wrong time. They just give a little bit too much, and NiP are allowed a couple of extra chances to get back in the game, and they took them, so credit to them. There's the aggressive push coming out of Rez. He can definitely feel it. A little bit of damage coming in as Draken controlling and holding the stairwell. Getting one more kill, and it's actually a pretty good job with the Mac 10 at long range. Still going to go down to Rez, who picks up a triple, and that leaves Woxic 1 versus 4 to try and hold on to the map. Not likely.
Yeah. Not likely is a good way to put this.
It's just... I actually just feel very sad for HellRaisers. Great job on NiP here. 16-13 as they pick up the final round. But...
it just... if you're HellRaisers, like, just watching this, it just feels a little bit...
yeah, we both picked NiP to win, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. So, I mean, that part makes me happy. But certainly for HellRaisers, like, that sour taste in your mouth, that, like, HellRaisers are going to be really upset about this one, and I don't think that they're going to... that's one of those losses where if you're HellRaisers, those are the ones that are hard to bounce back from between maps, because you're just like, wow, we let one round run out of time. We lost to Deagles. We gave them essentially 2 rounds, losing to those Deagles where they upgraded into weapons for free.
Yeah.
They gave every chance for NiP to get back into this, and that's the tough part. That's going to be the stunning portion of this for HellRaisers.
Yeah, not a happy time at all, obviously. I'm a little bit shocked to see that.
Did someone bring their bed to sit on that chair? Like, did they just like make like a...
oh, yeah, you're right. Is that Bondic, I guess?
Yeah. He's got like a whole like fortress made over there.
It's like a little throne that he's built himself.
Like a bird's nest.
I quite like that. That's a good idea. Would you be allowed to hang like a little hammock or something that you could sort of like play from? Would that be possible?
Probably not.
No?
Where would you hang the hammock?
I don't know, just across the stage or something.
All right.
I feel like
No, I don't think you'd be allowed to do that.
There's opportunities here.
I mean, I think the hammock as well would make it very difficult for you to focus. You're going to get really comfortable. It's a little bit low as well, I feel.
Remember that one time where Maikelele was not even using his chair at all?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, that was interesting. So there's what are we saying is there's room for upgrades.
Innovation.
In this, yeah, people can come
in the
with
seating department of professional gamers.
Maybe if you lie flat on your stomach, and maybe that could be.
What about a beanbag?
That I don't know.
Okay.
Wouldn't your ass just get stuck to it after a while? I feel like under the stress and everything.
Stuck to a beanbag.
Just I feel like
sink in too far and it'd be difficult to get out.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Probably that.
There are some downsides to that, but I'm willing to work with it.
I think the same downside applies to the hammock idea.
Yeah, but your teammates can. I mean, I guess they could pull you out of the beanbag. They could come.
You'd hope so.
Come help you out.
Yeah.
Tournament organizers, maybe that would be their job.
Yeah.
We can toss is what the.
Thank God.
Thank God. Desk is ready. Hopefully with some better material.